What comes to mind when Silent Hill is mentioned is not exactly a pleasant place, and certainly not one that people would like to believe exists. It is, however, based upon a real place. Silent Hill draws inspiration the town of Centralia, in Pennsylvania. Centralia is entrenched in its own tragedy. A once prosperous mining town, it succumbed to a fire that broke out in the mines under the town. The fire could not be contained, creating burning sinkholes in the ground. The fire is still said to be burning to this day, and the population of the town has dropped to almost none. This tragic story lends itself well to the nightmare scenarios in Silent Hill. Thankfully though, the only monster in Centralia is the fire, not anything like a zombie nurse. Outlast is a horror survival game featuring the playable character of a news journalist, who investigates an abandoned asylum nestled deep in the mountains of Colorado. Mount Massive Asylum is named after a real mountain in the Colorado Range, and the building itself is modeled after the H. Richardson Complex located in Buffalo, New York. There are also other elements from real life in Outlast, as the game's villainous Murkoff Corporation's gross doings were heavily inspired by Project MKUltra. In the USA in the mid-50s, MKUltra involved involuntary subjects being exposed to what was essentially mind control via the use of drugs, torture, and information overload. In Outlast, the Murkoff Corporation picked up where the government left off and continued the terrifying experiments. Some fans may not know that the most recent Resident Evil installment contains a location based on a real-world place. Resident Evil Village features a vampiric family by the name of Dimitrescu, who inhabit Castle Dimitrescu atop the Dark Village. The real counterpart and inspiration for this is Pele's Castle, located in Transylvania. Fans in Romania and close to Transylvania have even gone to the castle to take pictures to compare the two locations. The dramatic castle is truly a great building to base a game location off, and it complements the story beautifully. Five Nights at Freddy's has become very popular. Despite being a creepy-looking horror game filled with jump scares, the franchise has garnered quite a young fanbase. This is unfortunately ironic due to the grisly origins of this game's inspiration. The game is based upon the story of a fateful night in a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. In 1993, a man who previously worked at the company hid in the bathroom and waited until closing time, then attacked the 5 members of staff remaining at the premises. It is said that Foxy, Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Golden Freddy represent the lives lost. This twisted origin adds to the fear and unease that fans feel while playing the game. As the title suggests, this game features fictional detective Sherlock Holmes on the case of prolific killer Jack the Ripper. The story is based on the tragedies of the famous case, and takes place in Victorian London, specifically the Whitechapel area, where Jack the Ripper was active. The game follows the true story of this unidentified killer, and places the character in the investigative position of Holmes and Watson to try and unravel the case. This is not the only game that features the old-time killer. Either, those fascinated with the Ripper have plenty to explore.